Hello everyone, my name's Takriva, and this is Old World. This is a new, just out in early access 4X strategy game made by Mohawk Games, who were very nice enough to provide me with a key to the game. And Mohawk Games is a studio run by Soren Johnson, if I'm not um, misremembering. And he basically was the creative designer slash lead designer on Civilization 4. The studio has also made Off-World Trading Company, which was a very fun um, strategy game set on Mars about trying to get resources from Mars. But this is classic 4X, and this is going to be very interesting because what it starts differently is that excuse me, oh jeez, bad timing on that. What is very different here is the fact that the old world stays in the classical era and that you are used to in Civ, while Civ goes from like ancient beginnings to the future era. This game stays in that old time, and that's pretty nice. But there are also some more things on top of that, is the fact that they added a lot of Crusader Kings-esque mechanics to the building of your dynasty, and that you actually have characters that you can level up, that you will have progressing throughout the game, that will have children who will then take over as the leader of your empire. So we are going to play a new leader. It is early access, so there's a good chance there will be more leaders at some point in the future. Currently, we have Ashurbanipal of Assyria, Nebuchadnezzar of Babylonia, Dido of Carthage, Hatshepsut of Egypt, Philip of Greece, who has Alexander as his son, Cyrus of Persia, and Romulus of Rome. There might be more in the future, I have no idea. I haven't looked into any dev diaries. I've only seen a couple people stream this game. And the music is actually very loud at the moment. I will turn the audio a bit further down. There we go. Sorry about that. We're going to be... So every leader has their own unique buildings and unique units associated with the empire. There's also different starting tax, there's different bonuses for settling new cities and stuff like that. So Rome is all about fighting, so there's more XP, more combat manpower, sort of, from cities. Persia gets more harvest production and more from pastures and cheaper ranged units. Greece has the Olympics, and all cities get more culture and less costs for settlers. Egypt starts with 400 stone and gets bonuses from farms and quarries on the river. Carthage gets bonus science when settling a new city and has 50% increased money. Babylonia gets tech per year in every city, as well as, I think that's food, I'm not 100% sure. And more, a treasury gives culture. And Assyria is 2 orders per unit killed, and all new units start with focus 1. I've just played a little bit. We're gonna play as Dido of Carthage. I'm a Phoenician princess who fled her home in Tyre, carrying the name Elissa. Escaping my brother Pygmalion, who murdered my beloved husband Aceribus, a priest of Hercules, I arrived in North Africa. With my husband's riches, I bargained with the Berber king Iarbas, who wanted to marry me. He mockingly promised me all the land that he could cover with the skin of a dead ox. I cut the skin into the tiniest pieces and, along with my Tyrian settlers, laid out the borders of my beloved city. I'm ready to become Dido the Wanderer, Queen of Carthage, goddess to my people. Then here's the stats again, like special stuff gets special elephants as unique units. There are 4 families that give stuff for cities. Difficulty. I think that's because of the advanced setup I chose. Yeah. Seaside is region bordered by or containing large seas, gulfs, or bays, offering substantial amount of coastline. Default map for 10 crowns, inspired by the Middle East but with a generally milder climate. So there are some of these that are better for certain types of games, like some are more balanced for multiplayer. So it is already built with multiplayer in mind. It's going to be interesting regardless, simply because we won't be able to progress into eras, which means that technologically you cannot get far ahead. Hello there, we've discovered our 3 techs, and we start with 1 settler. Now we can found the capital, but you also need to choose one of the families to which the city settles, and every city settles with a new, or well, you choose the family with which to settle. So we could found a Barket, which are our military units. So this is training rate, so more Barket means stronger fighting units or more fighting units. Capital of the artisans, the Magonet, means a culture per year. Mines and lumber mills produce more. All new siege ship units starts with ingenuity. -1 years to build urban improvements because of the family seat. Also, you gain a worker. The traders, all cities +10 per year. All cities luxury +2 hammers. That is civics rate. Unlocks caravans. Family seat -10 upgrade turns for hamlet improvements. And on seat you get a great merchant courtier. And the Didonians are the scientists, the sages. All cities you get +2 hammers, also for civics, +1 science per population, -25% urban specialists cost. Unlocks inquiry, and you get 100 science for founding the city. I'm gonna go with the artisans because I see a lot of places for mines and lumber mills in this particular start. And I tried with Didonians first. It's pretty good. You get a pretty decent science boost at the start, but I wanted to try something else right now. So we are going to do a Magonet capital. Orders are an important feature of Old World. Units can move multiple times each turn, but each move consumes 1 order. Other actions such as attacking or building also consume orders. Your remaining orders can be seen in the lower left corner of your screen, down here. We recommend that you first select your worker so that you may begin to improve your land before you spend all of your orders for the turn. So we get 11.1 orders every turn to spend, because we have a city, Carthago, that gives us 9.1, and we have 2 in legitimacy, because family opinions, that gives us orders. And this is us, Queen Dido the founder, age 20, female, leader of Carthage, diplomat archetype, inspired, which means as a governor, +2 culture per level, also +6 civics rate because of charisma. Now you can cycle through units. Well, I have to consider how to use my orders carefully each turn. So we start off with 2 workers. Workers build improvements for your city, rural improvements such as farms and mines, gather raw materials, urban improvements such as barracks or shrines provide training or culture. When a city's culture fills up, a positive event occurs. The city's overall culture level affects what improvements and wonders can be built. Improve culture by building shrines and theaters. Training used to train military units. Unused training goes into the national stockpile, which can be used to promote and upgrade units. Increase training by building barracks and ranges. So barracks, -2 iron per year, +20% on training rate, +20 XP per year for idle melee units. Enables officer, has a cost, is 40 stone and takes 5 years to build, and an upkeep of 1 order every year. Max 2 per city. Then you have the shrines, which have different stuff as well. The mines will give you iron. Different types of mines give you different resources though. And farms give you food. Easy as that. Let's get to work. So here we can see we can build a barracks. Well, it's recommended to build a barracks here. Recommended to build a mine here. But there's nothing special on that tile. Quarry there will give us stone. We are going to need stone anyway because, well, most improvements do cost stone. But I'm going to build that camp first because that is going to be food and we're going to need food. So we need to build a camp. +1 something from game. But what is that exactly? That is what I still haven't figured out what that symbol means. Okay, let's see. Is there anywhere where we can see that? Show help screen. Resources. Game. And I can't click through on that. And this is just overall resources rather than the other stuff in general. Improvements, farm. But what is that? That's my question. What is this? Okay, maybe under concepts. There's also, it is still early access, there's no search menu either. That's cognomen, that's basically all the titles you can get. There's a lot of those. Nations, project, religions, resource, special technologies, terrain, geologies, trades, vegetation. Not that interesting. Yields. There's food. When a city's growth fills up, the city gains a new citizen. Okay, so that is the symbol for growth. See. So that means the city not only gets 5 food, but also 1 bonus growth. Scouts are fantastic explorers and can see further into the unknown. They can also hide in trees, making them invaluable as an early warning against invading enemies. Send your scout out into the wilderness and look for new city sites and mysterious ancient ruins. Well, the thing is, I also have another person here. Build barracks. You know, getting our... Wow, this is actually quite a big city. Let's actually get started on a barracks. So as you can see here, a scout has 3 base movement and has 4 moves before they fatigue. But you do need orders, so we can only do 3 moves with them right now. And we already found some barbarians. There's also this where we want to go. We're about to... Well, we are building a new settler. There's already a city site down there. Then there's research to choose. Let's just get ironworking because I kind of want to get warriors out as well. Make sure we have defensive units. Assyria has begun construction of the Hanging Gardens. Wow, they decide to immediately do that. I'm not going to scout into the barbarians. But we are going to go here. That is a city site, so we are going to want to clear out these barbarians for sure. Slingers, a ranged unit, can attack units from 2 or more tiles away, allowing them to be an efficient use of orders in combat. They can even shoot farther from on top of hill, but will deal less damage over long distances or firing into trees or scrubs. I'm gonna get them ready to fight these people. We already finished our research because we're Carthage. We get a bunch of bonus research for settling a city. Stone boost, which are temporary things. You can only get once. So we are going to grab that stone boost. The marriage proposal has arrived from the Magonit family for Queen Dido the founder. So we either get Osmelech the Younger which is a builder. Compassionate, so +1 wisdom, has 3 discipline and 1 wisdom. Or Cathalo the Compassionate, -2 courage but 5 wisdom. Not sure what this actually does. Archetype Schemer, General, or Spy Master. So it's -2 on training rate, but +8 on research. Dari will give us 35 iron, or 30 iron. I think we're going to go with Carthalo. Yes, so the stats of our spouse get added to our own stats, so we're now 20 research per month. You're definitely finding this. These are the goodie huts that you know from Civilization games. They're just shrines. Our explorers discover a group of orphaned, homeless, and hungry children hiding in the ruins. If we leave them, they will surely starve to death, but our cities are on the verge of overcrowding. There's room on our caravan for either salvage stone or passengers. So either we get 50 stone and we become cruel. We will shelter them, we become gracious. But all families get -40 for 20 years. We can always use citizens in Carthago, which gets us child labor. Oh. I don't mind becoming gracious. We will shelter them. Your scout has moved on to some wheat, a harvestable resource. Your scout can spend an order to yield a small amount of materials. So if we harvest the wheat, we consume an order, but we get 8 food. I'm fine with that. Let's keep scouting. Look, another city site. That's great. Next unit. You cannot hit them yet? And one closer, maybe? Well, let's start slinging. I want to take them out. You've accepted a marriage proposal for a member of your family. Marriages are a useful diplomatic tool for forming bonds with other families, tribes, and nations. They also allow your family to continue their line with legitimate heirs who will be eligible to take over once your current ruler is gone. And that's it for the year. I think they just fired back. We could let's unlock administration. The star means it's recommended. Unlocks the treasury, which is money per year. And a granary, which uses wood, but increases farms that are adjacent to it in production. Our expedition comes upon an impressive paved road system, leading between wood structures that have long since rotted away. The consensus among our scientists is that the engineering required to build such a site was far ahead of its time. What would you have us do with it? So either we get 60 experience for the queen and 100 stone, or we study it and acquire labor force. I'm definitely going to study it. Almost immediately after discovering the Thracian encampment, our troops are threatened by warriors at its border. Insults are traded, weapons are drawn, our units stand at attention, ready to act on our commands. What are our orders? Purchase their goodwill with gifts of gold. We gain wisdom, which means even more science. We use up 80 gold for that, and they will have an opinion of +20. Take one of the units as prisoner and hostage. We get a citizen back home. We become bold, which is more training size, and they get -40 opinion. Or convince them of our peaceful intentions, which means -20 happiness. +2 legitimacy, and I think that's 20 happiness. I'm actually going to just take one of their units prisoner. That gets us a second citizen. That sounds like fun. I kind of want a warrior after this. So, do you still have moves left? Okay. It's interesting. Let's harvest the horses for some money. We kind of want to take out the Thracians because they're on a city site that I kind of want. Ah, our worker is done. So we've got our farm, which gives us growth. Discontent +3 every year. When the city's discontent goes up, so its overall discontent goes up, which increases maintenance and reduces growth. Use festivals to reduce it. Okay. Once a barracks there, what I'm gonna do is... Oh, I cannot build a lumber mill yet. That's fine then. We'll go there to build a farm. Your family line has a new heir, Prince Hanno. Training strong heirs will be vital for the survival of your nation, as once your current ruler is gone, someone will need to take the reins. Once your heir has grown up a bit, you'll be able to choose a subject for them to study, guiding them into the role you need them to fulfill. Your family is able to do more than rule, though. Employing them as governors and counselors can be powerful options as you build your court. Gets us 20 free culture. So mine would give us +6 iron per year here. But a farm is probably best because it has fresh water next to it. Harvest the gold. Let's keep exploring. Kinda want a second scout as well. We are currently working on a war. We have a settler. And I know... Actually, do need to click on the settler. Down there is a city site, so... And your second city. Your capital has finished training a new settler. Settlers are the key to expanding your empire by founding new cities. Take the settler to a nearby city site to establish a new city. When you found your city, you have to choose which family to grant it to. This family will provide powerful bonuses to the city, so consider carefully before making your selection. Oh, you're just done with the barracks? Well, we don't have orders, which is probably why. You've given birth to a son, Mago. Another heir. Well, the city site is now cleared out. To heal, we need to bring him back to friendly territory, which is what we are going to do next. Oh look, more barbarians. What is that? Sorghum, okay. Well, let's go here and just settle the city. So, Barket Seed. So, a regular city skipped founding family seat, which means people will hate us, so we should definitely do one of the others. Wall cities +10 gold, luxury +2. Let's do the Dodonian seat here, Utica. Not bad. Some more resources. Choose research because, well, we have our free stuff. Ooh. Okay. Let's just do the shrine improvement unlock. Definitely want to build a camp here. That gives us more orders per year. That's cool, actually. We don't have any orders for him right now, so we cannot do that right now either. Increase on completion +80 science. That's actually pretty good. Huh. It's repeatable too. Project is one time only. I definitely kind of want a slinger though. Let's do is that after that. It's the end of this year. More units. The Phalanx gets the Spearman unit. Not bad. And the Maceman unit. So they are similar in strength, but they have difference in what they are strong against. Interesting. Hamlet uses food but gives gold. Bonus from theaters and baths. Upgrades to village. Let's do the pastures. You have unlocked the ability to choose an ambition. Ambitions are goals that your families would like for you to pursue, and completing them will grant you and all of your descendants a permanent boost to orders. Completing an ambition immediately unlocks another, and completing 10 will win you the game. So always do your best to fulfill your current ambition. Here are a couple of simple ambitions to get started. Well, control 4 cities sounds like a really useful first one to have. I definitely want to camp here. Right? Yeah. Ooh, quarry. That's actually really good for... Now let's do the camp, because that's more orders, and orders are actually... CD messenger. A strange woman from an unknown tribe shuffles into your court, looking everywhere but at you. She suggests that unless you're able to demonstrate your munificence, the Scythians will take everything from you. What do you say? Either we go to war, gets us to legitimacy, or we give him 100 gold and we maintain truce. Fine, take this and go. I don't kind of want war right now anyway. Oh, more Scythians. Next unit. You need to come back to heal up. Consumes 1 order a year, but that's about it. Wow, that's going to take some time. And that's going to be it for this first episode. I would like to thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date in the future. Kind of want a scout and a settler after this anyway. And I will see you all later.